Hey there, everybody. It's time for another Redneck review, and we're going to be going back in time and doing an oldie but a goldie. Transformers: The War Within. This particular book takes us all the way back to the beginning of the war. Not the war, not with Optimus as being the great noble leader that he is, but we see who he was before he had to pick up a sword. And this, to me, will always be one of the greatest stories. It makes you fall in love with Transformers. Um, the actual art and everything is done by the writer, Simon Furman, is also the guy who wrote the last couple episodes of the Beast Wars TV show that I grew up with and everything. So without much any further ado, we're going to be reading Transformers: The War Within, Volume 1. And we start off on a very familiar planet, Cybertron. It starts off with the death of Sentinel Prime, the former Prime before Optimus Prime. In the city of the capital city of Iacon, the High Council pavilions. It starts off with it. They say Megatron himself ripped the spark core from his shattered torso, the vaults, where a certain Autobot, Orion Pax, you may know him as the future Optimus Prime. He says they say that they took his sweet time, killed Prime, a diode at a time. They say a lot of things. And the person in this picture right here, as you can see, looks a lot like Optimus Prime. His name is Orion Pax, which was, like we said, the future Optimus Prime. He says, I'm trying to work here, Blue Streak. I have 63 data feeds to input, with more incoming on 5 Bream pulses. If you believe every eyewitness report, Megatron has personally devastated 16 provinces and assassinated 30 ranking custodians, all in the time it takes you to tell me about the Sentinel Prime. But Megatron, which in any case I'd heard logged and intercycled before you even walked in. Now please. He says, that's all this is to you, isn't it? Facts and figures. We're dying out there. One moment everyone's getting along with the next we have Decepticons, a rogue faction we've never even knew existed, and a full-scale civil war. Suddenly, I'm no longer just a Cybertronian merchant. I'm an Autobot soldier. I mean, really, what do we even know about warfare? It's just not in our nature. It must be nice in here apart from it all, filling third-party reports and analysis, anonymous data, because out there it's a world of pain and hurt, and we just weren't ready. We never even saw it coming. And we see very differently in this comic about Optimus Prime who he was before. He was an archivist. He was basically a glorified secretary. He would input data as it came in out of the battlefield or news or any important document, and he just was not the warrior, the noble George Washington robot that we knew. And we see here the battlefield waging outside of Iacon. We see Autobots dying, and one of my all-time favorite Autobot of all time, Grimlock. That's right, the bad mama Autobot, who's actually a dinosaur, not actually a car. But we're not gonna hold that against him because it's freaking Grimlock. He goes, overhaul's down. We're getting slaughtered out here, Grimlock. That the cons have got us pinned down. We hold position. Draw their fire, Cup. How long? Hang on. Say again. We're dagnabbit. The last sky sled is about ready for dust off. Evac status is almost go 1. About almost. We've got a blockade. And we see him just trying to help evacuate the soldiers, and the Autobots in this round are losing the war. And just to show how much of a brutal war this is, on this building that they're attacking, the civilians have wrote, I know you can't see it because it's really pixelated, but right here, it says neutral. the civilians inside are just trying to avoid being fought in this war. And we see two sets of fighters come in there. The twin, some of the triplets, Skywarp and Thundercracker. You know, they're yelling out that they've been sighted, Grimlock. We have two airborne seekers on attack vector. Give me air support, ground support, some kind of backup. I'll engage on the other fronts, and besides, they'd be too late. And Thundercracker and Skywarp just come in there and they blow it all to pieces. All those people that try to stay out of the fighting are now gone. Bumblebee's still trying to. Come on, Recon. Reports another wave incoming. There's nothing more you can do here. Alitax is history, which was a member of the city. And Grimlock, who is like I said, the baddest Transformer you could hope to. I mean, he could take on Optimus Prime. He is that cool of a character. Grimlock, let's go. Always the same, he says. Withdraw, retreat. Soon there'll be nowhere left to go. It must have plan, strategy. Take fight to Decepticons. Time for thinkers long past. Need military leader now. Need Prime with clout. And we see the Autobots just running away. They don't have that leader, that someone who can stand up and tell them, this is what we're fighting for. This is what's important. And we find that the same archivist, Orion Pax, is called to a meeting of the elders. And you may think that Orion Pax, this particular version of him, is kind of wimpy, but you know, we see in this picture here, he's come to the Chamber of Elders. He says, me, we don't exactly understand what he's talking about. You want me to step up, take charge in the middle of a civil war, a fear, a gravitas. The council has made a mistake. There is no error. You are the next Prime. The source has spoken. You mean the Matrix? I respect your beliefs, but the enduring presence of a sentient life force within this mainframe has never been proven. Surely the current crisis demands we abandon well tradition. He's very logical. He's trying to think of a way to get in this and out of it. If any of you don't understand Transformers, you probably wouldn't be watching this if you didn't, but the Matrix is a sacred icon to the Transformers that is their symbol of leadership. It's the White House. It's the Excalibur to them. It's their right to be the leader. The Primes are the leaders of Cybertron. And the Ancients are trying to reassure Orion Pax, you are an archivist, yes. Then you must understand that we are all merely angles in a vast unfolding geometry of past, present, and future. We cannot see the whole pattern, but the structure reveals itself through us, through our actions. This world, Cybertron, is itself part of another more intricate design, detailed on the heavens by forces not contained in databanks. This war is merely the beginning, the first of many tests we must face as a race. You have spent your life looking only within. A far wider-reaching destiny awaits you. And they're just trying to reassure him that, hey, you're the next Prime. It's spoken. It's decided. Accept your destiny. And just to get an idea of what's going on here, everyone in this planet is suffering. You know, you have but to open your eyes, they tell him. Praxis. This was my home, you know, before. This is another famous Autobot, Prowl, who is a police car and one of the number 2 guys. We're standing in what was Halifax Garden, thousands of blue resonated crystals suspended in Mentha. It was a place for reflection, for beauty. Why, of all places, did he want to meet here? Beats me, Prowl, but you know Grimlock. And you see this beautiful imagery he put in here about these gardens and everything, and it's just a crater. That's what war has done to this planet. What war always does to things like this. Something not to be admired. And we see here, you know, where Grimlock shows up. You're here, good. Much to discuss. This place is it metaphor. Oh, he goes, oh brother, it metaphor for the old ways gone now. No more time for contemplation or mysticism. We're out of time. If council choose wrong a new prime, falter, then we seize his title, his power, by show of force. And we see Grimlock here saying, listen, if the new prime isn't what we need, we're going to take it by force. We are going to show him that we're here to fight. We're going to take back this planet from these psychopaths that have interrupted our peace. And back at the Icon Stellar Galleries, the Oracle, he asks the keeper, I seek direction. He's in floating mentioned. Keeper, I seek direction. Despite everything I do not understand why we fight and die for this world. It is, after all, just a world. Its beauty is so wondrous, its marvels staggering, and yet it does not own me. I test its boundaries and I am not contained. And if I feel this way, could not others? If the Decepticons want Cybertron so badly, why not let it go? Still in the Chamber of Ancients, we are gathered here today on this most sacred of occasions, they tell him, to bear witness as the torch is passed. Give honor to the new prime. That the wheels turn, the eternal cycle continues. Let the Creator's vision fill this vessel, and unlock its hidden depths. In the dark times, more so than ever before, we have need of a strong leader to guide us into the light. Only a true prime shall contain the matrix fire. This, then, is the sign. The truth, the wisdom, is Optimus Prime. In this magnificent picture, I don't think I've ever seen a picture where Optimus Prime looks better in this book. And this was written in 2004, back when I was still in school, and I just never get tired of this art. Is it me, or does he look bigger? Size not matter. And basically, Megatron has sent in the couple of assassins trying to assassinate the new Prime before he even gets it in his chest. So, and they're cutting through here, going through most of the security. And Grimlock is assigned to the protection of the new Prime. Protect the Prime. Don't mind us mere mortals. Yeah, they start transforming into guns. They start shooting each other. Darklight, take me. If it's me you want, it's your head actually on a spike. Megatron has decreed it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Assassins dance, and they're just blasting them back. There's only 3 of them, but they seem to be getting close. And he goes during the middle of the battle. Grimlock tells the other guards, says, one way or another, we see what the new leader is made of. And 2 of them start coming at Optimus, and he manages to throw him back. They notice there's something different about him. He dispatches the 2 of them. He has no choice but to kill them because they're after him. But what happens next is really sort of cool and sort of sad at the same time. He goes, awesome. If I ever had a doubt, he goes, please, I appreciate the vote of confidence, but he just sees all these people fighting. He goes, I can't continue to ask you to fight on for a cause I do not believe in myself. The price is just too high. I believe we must consider the unthinkable. Accept the inevitable. Cybertron is lost. I want you all to return to your command posts and prepare for a planet-wide evacuation. So, we find at the end of this issue that that Optimus is willing to let it go. It's kind of sad because what I keep thinking about this comic, and what if Roosevelt had decided to give up America during World War II? What if we had not fought? And that's what these people, this is what the people in this book are looking at. They're thinking, oh well, they're after it. These guys are bigger. Let's just give up. And luckily, we know, if you know the Transformers story, you know that didn't happen. But it's the idea. It's the idea of this leader as a peacekeeper, that he values all life, and in his mind, it's more peaceful, more loving to let it go than cost the lives it would to throw in the fire to keep the light of Dominion and home in there. I see the virtue in that too, but it's still kind of upsetting. Well, back into the last couple minutes of this review for the first half of Transformers: The War Within. We see on the other side of the planet, within Nat, a familiar face, a white sort of robotic face, says, "Now, Optimus Prime, come to me." And we see this beautiful picture of Megatron holding the head of Sentinel Prime. In the Cybertronian orbital tourist state, Kaon, the Decepticon fortress Hukalar. If only he could have known what the dark smear his death would leave on the history logs of Cybertron, the Cradle. It's his Megatron's capital city, their main fighter base, and we see familiar faces. We see Megatron, we see Ravage and Soundwave, and they're just plotting the next phase of their attack. And that'll do it, guys, for the first half of Transformers: The War Within. I wanted to do this one for you because a lot of people don't know the actual history of Transformers other than the TV show. There's a lot of in-depth stuff, and the ultimate thing here is the art and the story. I found this to be a great story. I'll let you know how the next one goes when we do part 2 of The War Within. Thank you all so much. God bless you, and keep it back here to Redneck Reviews. This is Robert the Red Prince signing off.